What happens when two of the biggest stars in hip-hop drop albums just weeks apart, while also going through a public split? You'd expect tension, rivalry, and maybe even a little shade, but Offset just shocked everyone by taking the opposite route. Instead of throwing shots, he's showing nothing but love to Cardi B ahead of her brand new album release. And the way he explained it has fans asking if there's more to this story than meets the eye. Offset didn't hesitate when asked about Cardi's upcoming release. Even though his own album Rivalry just dropped in August, he made it crystal clear, there's no competition between them. In an industry built on rivalries and chart battles, that's rare to hear. Offset shut it down instantly, saying, "No, no, no, I just want all peace. Man, for us to win, everybody gotta win." It wasn't about bragging rights or album sales, it was about something bigger. His tone wasn't defensive either. It felt like he truly wanted people to stop framing their music as a fight, and instead see it as two separate wins. And for Offset, that bigger thing always comes back to family. He reminded everyone that it's not just about music charts, it's about raising 3 kids together. Their daughter Culture is already 7, Wave just turned 4, and their baby girl Blossom recently celebrated her very first birthday. Offset connected his support for Cardi directly to being a present father, saying, "We got kids to take care of, we gotta catch the dubs." In other words, their wins as parents will always outweigh any competition as artists. It was a subtle reminder that behind the headlines and split rumors, there's still a family unit that he's determined to protect. That family-first mindset carried over when Offset was asked a question that could have easily sparked drama. A reporter brought up the idea of both him and Cardi being nominated for Album of the Year at the 2026 Grammys. Instead of dodging it or making it awkward, Offset smiled and answered with confidence, "For sure, no hesitation, no shade, just pure belief that both of them could be at the very top, side by side." And what really caught people's attention was how proud he seemed at the thought, almost as if he wanted Cardi's success just as much as his own. It was less of a rivalry and more of a team spirit moment, showing that even if their marriage is on shaky ground, their respect for each other's artistry hasn't gone anywhere. Of course, the biggest spotlight right now is on Cardi herself. Her long-awaited album, Am I the Drama?, is set to drop on September 12th, and the hype is already sky-high. But what really turned heads was Offset's reaction to it. Instead of brushing it off, he praised the project outright, calling it, "That's hard," and predicting that she's about to do her big one. Coming from someone who knows her work ethic better than almost anyone else, that's a powerful endorsement. It felt less like an estranged ex talking, and more like a fan who can't wait to see her win. And in a culture where exes often take shots at each other for attention, this open support stood out as something completely different. What makes Offset's support even more surprising is the timing. Just last month, he released his own album, Rivalry. Normally, two artists dropping projects so close together, especially two people with a complicated personal history, would invite endless comparisons. Who sold more? Who got the better reviews? Who dominated the charts? But Offset refused to play into any of that. Instead of viewing Cardi's release as competition, he framed it as a win for both of them. His message was simple. Music doesn't have to be a battle, especially when family and legacy are on the line. In an industry where ego often fuels drama, Offset's approach was almost disarming, choosing peace over pettiness. Taken all together, Offset's words painted a picture that went beyond music. By stressing peace, unity, and family, he seemed to be sending a message, not just to fans, but to Cardi as well. It wasn't about headlines or streaming numbers. It was about stability. The way he openly praised her, shut down the idea of rivalry, and talked about everybody winning, showed growth that people weren't expecting. And naturally, it sparked speculation. Was this simply a mature co-parenting moment, or was Offset hinting at something more? Maybe even a path toward reconciliation down the line? He didn't say it outright, but the tone left plenty of fans wondering if there's still more to this story waiting to unfold. At the end of the day, Offset and Cardi B might not be on the same page romantically, but when it comes to music and family, they're refusing to let competition tear them apart. Offset's support for Am I the Drama? Wasn't just a casual shout-out. It was a clear sign that peace matters more than rivalries. In an industry built on drama, that choice feels rare, even refreshing. And with both artists gearing up for massive moments in their careers, fans are left with one big question. Could this commitment to unity eventually bring them closer again, or will it simply mark a new chapter of respect between two powerful artists? Either way, it proves one thing. Sometimes the biggest win isn't topping the charts, it's keeping the peace where it matters most.